morning, friends. Welcome in to the Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures from right here in the Impact Power Sports studio. So glad that you are here. Impact Power Sports, online at impactpowersportsmi.com. That's where you go to get a brand new golf cart, maybe even a motorcycle, side-by-side ATV, the best in the business, and it is a brick-and-mortar store right here in West Michigan. Head to Rockford. The popcorn is free, and if they don't have it made, demand that they make you free popcorn. Mention me when you go in, and you will get 0% off of your purchase. Thank you, E-Rock. Hey, pal, missed your birthday. I went several days without power due to bad storms down here, but happy belated birthday. What do you mean down there? Did you move? This would be much easier, by the way, if you would just subscribe, and then you could just leave it in the chat. I love you. Kidding. Or you can text. I don't care. All right. Adam Balboa, who is causing some shenanigans and trouble because he reached out to me, Adam Balboa, and he says, EZ, I couldn't believe the deal where Free Beer interrupted Hot Wings on the latest Who Are These Free Beers? He says, you should make that a free preview clip so that more people can get exposed to it. It was so bad. It was the one where Hot Wings was talking about, oh, man, it is, I'm just so, he mentioned his a friend that he had when he was growing up. And the kid croaked tragically. And then Freebeard jumped in with a horrible joke. And I was focused more on the interrupting than the horrible joke. Adam was shocked at the callousness of the joke. So, whatever. Well, he posted that in the Segment 18 Facebook group. And I think he was just trying to get a rise out of them or perhaps expose more people to it. You know, these people are brainwashed. So you're never going to get anybody who's going to listen to one of these clips and go, God, you know, you're right. It's just not going to happen. I mean, I guess it's possible. But Adam words it as, I am not the biggest Eric Zane fan, but this video caught my eye. I am shocked. Hot Wings is talking about how he wishes he could have saved his friend's life, and Free Beer interrupts him just to insult him about it. Thank you to Okie Pokey for just subscribing. And then he attaches my clip. So then I'm like, okay, here come the comments. Now we've done it. Trent says, are you familiar with comedy shows? Okay. And then Adam says, it's not funny. Nobody laughed. Did you listen to the clip? Grant says, I figure it's his coping mechanism. I was 13 and making jokes at my mom's wake with her corpse about 10 feet away. Adam says, great, but you were making the jokes. Would you have been okay if your friends were? Funny you assume that they didn't start the jokes first. My friends and I are all dark humorists. All right, so again, Adam is more focusing on the fact that Free Beer made fun of or made the crack. I don't have a problem with the crack. I have a problem with the interrupting. You're in the wrong place, buddy. Don't be a fan of the show and then try and stir some dumb shit up. Come on now, be better. Quit digging into Zane's dumbass bullshit. That's not what this community is about. This is Daniel. He wrote, bro got fired again from iHeart this time. I found his LinkedIn. You know what's interesting is I couldn't find. Oh, I get it. He made my LinkedIn. Okay. I was going to say, wait a minute. I don't have this picture on my LinkedIn. Outstanding. Tell me you weren't paid by EZ without telling me you weren't paid by... Okay. I think it's tell me you were paid by EZ without telling me you were paid by EZ. I think that's what he's trying to say. Melinda writes, I can't... It's not our Melinda. I can't imagine getting let go from a job and instead of moving on, making my whole personality bringing attention to that show. Truly pathetic. Is every moment of a Free Beer and Hot Wings show perfect? No. But choosing to break down every moment of the show, your whole thing, is a choice. Tyler says, he says he's not biggest EZ fan, but only posts EZ stuff in the page. No, you're right. He was fucking with you. I think we need to focus on Free Beer and what, for a couple of weeks now, while reviewing their show on Who Are These Free Beers, I have actually said he's losing weight, like rapidly. He is rapidly shrinking. I noticed that. I go, his face looks much thinner. And so then the same Adam, he tips me off. He says, Free Beer. He's like obsessed in a good way. I love it. Adam goes to Free Beer's Facebook page, and Free Beer has updated his profile picture. Linda says, thanks for sending me this pic yesterday, EZ. No, that was the tuxedo pic. That's not what we're talking about here. But that was another hilarious one. Because now he looks like he doesn't look fat and disgusting in any way. And I got to know more. I need to invest in this story. First of all, let me ask you this. Is there some type of, do people raise an eyebrow when someone loses weight via weight loss shots? Is that, because I think that's the case. Don't people they say, hey, you lost a lot of weight, and they go, yeah, it was Ozempic. Is that what's happening here? I guess my question, if people are losing weight via that medicine, is that something that we're supposed to judge? Murder Lover Linda says, yes, he's definitely taking something. Now, I can't say for sure, and I would never, ever, ever just say someone is or is not. All I'm doing is investigating. I am looking at, being the first and foremost authority on the physical, on Free Beer's face, because I can't tell you over the years how many times I have snapped a picture of his face to post to promote Who Are These Free Beers. And they're usually all screenshots from their live videos or whatever where he's making a face that's extremely not flattering. Now, I will say that even if he's not making a face that is extremely unflattering, just the things that he does and that are happening to him, both his fault and not his fault, make him look ridiculous. The headphones with the blue pads are absurd. The giant squints, Palladorus glasses, the hairline, the attempting to redo the hair every couple of weeks with just a weird thing going. I think he he's starting to get the hair down now, I've noticed. Like he's not, but it still happens where it looks like he tries too fucking hard. It's shit. It's just horrible, bad choices. And so he does himself no favors when it comes to presenting himself. But what I want to get into is the Ozempic thing. Now, I can't say either way whether that's bad or good. I just can't. Because if somebody is, a little fluffy or maybe a little chunky, and they want to get into it, and then it makes them look good and feel good. I am all for that. Okay? I don't have a problem with any of that. I really don't. Megan says, I've been on meds for a while before it was widely used. I would hope people don't judge me because I did everything the right way before these meds were even an option. But people judge, so whatever. My sleep apnea is gone. The length of my AFib is better. I'm overall more healthy. Honestly, not different than other meds until people abuse it. 100%. I get it. I am not the guy to sit here and point fingers at anybody. This is a fucking miracle drug. This is absolutely a miracle drug. And though I want every opportunity to be utilized that I can hammer free beer, I'm really having a hard time finding fault with anybody taking this medicine. I mean, it's fucking fantastic. I also heard that while there are side effects, they are very much outweighed by the positive things that happen. And there's a whole list of them. I don't want to get into it, but it's regulating your blood sugar, and it does something with your heart too. And but whatever. So I really don't fault that. I like it. I do know that once you stop, everything's going to go back. And I don't know how people combat that. And you can be on it for life. I mean, it's about $1,100 a month out of pocket. So if you got the cheddar, whatever, Megan says, however, free beer is a turd. Get him. Well, the only thing about it is I personally believe that he would do this strictly for the vanity. Like, I doubt his physician is saying you really need to go on weight loss drugs. So I don't think he had really a weight problem, just soft as fuck like we all are, but who gives a shit? The issue that he could run into, though, is, and by the way, let's get into some before and after photos. All right. I've got lots here that we can get into. If I can just, I've been having so much trouble with this lately. Okay. There you go. There is free beer. He looks annoyed in that picture, by the way. I don't think you can see what I'm seeing right now, which is unfortunate. Let's see. Yeah, I'm struggling. Let's just go back to this image here. And let's compare that to this. Okay, there's a lot here. I think he's well into the treatment. And the fact that he made this his profile pic tells me that this is probably the most stark example of him looking thin. That's a pretty stark example. I don't even know if you can see that. I'm hoping you can. Yeah, of course you can. Starman says, isn't that the guy from Revenge of the Nerds? He looks like a different person to me. From this to that, what do you think? Very lean and thinner in the face, and you can see this crease here. That's his one of his arm bones. That's a definition. It's defined. It's standing out. And he just overall looks a lot less doughy. I think that's a decent look right there in terms of losing weight. The problem that he's going to run into, though, Murder Lover Linda says very lean is an exaggeration. Okay, whatever. Corn Pop says, 10 years ago, I would have thought he must be sick or something. The problem with this is overall, Greg's BMI is through the roof. Like, what makes you up? Bone, muscle, fat. The fat number is through the roof. So when the fat goes away, now the body is showing you the muscle and the bone. And Greg doesn't work out. At least he hasn't. Now, I don't know. Maybe he is. I can't say for sure. I'm not going to say anything authoritatively. This is all my theory and speculation and my opinion. I have to say that all the time because fucking Khalifi pays attention to everything I say now. And daily I get concerns that I've said something that is going to get me in trouble. But I don't know. Do you think that looks good? I mean, Greg does. He made it his profile pic. I think it looks good, right? Who's with me? Starman says he should swim for exercise. Oh, wait. Black Belt Nick says he looks gross. Oh, come on now. I think he looks fine. He looks like a normal dude who is watching what he eats. I think you're all wanting to attack him for the various other things that I have beat him up about over the years, and admittedly. And I mean, he can't control the hair. He can't. That is, you can't. I mean, yes, it looks like fuck, but, I mean, he's so bald that you could Photoshop this hair out, and he would look identical to how he would look if he actually was bald. But, yeah, I think it's very interesting that he could be on Ozempic. Now, if he is, why are you not talking about it? Because that's huge. Rebecca says, I'm actually okay with this for him. There's plenty of other shit I can hate on him for. I agree. I absolutely agree. Linda says, because he doesn't want to be judged. Well, you see, that's the problem. Greg's very rarely does he possess the ability to plant a flag and explain himself and say, yeah, I don't care, and this is why. Because, A, it's an excellent drug, and more people should do it if they can, and it makes me healthier and happier. I don't understand that stigma. I think it might have to do with overall Greg is quite weak, in my opinion, and kind of a pussy. And, you know, he would never, ever kick in that door and say, hey, guess what I'm doing? You know why? Because he, like you said, doesn't want to be judged. He's always afraid that someone's going to make fun of him, which is quite a debilitating thing for someone. I mean, be a man. But if he does not, I'll tell you this right now, if Greg does not replace that fat quickly with muscle, like he can stay on that drug forever. But he has to replace the fat with muscle because you're going to get You're going to look great. Otherwise, you're going to get hollow face. Things are going to look fucking weird on you. You're going to look like a bobblehead. You're going to look, if you're not careful, like Kelly Osbourne. Rebecca says, Greg would definitely benefit from weight training. Yes, but I don't think he has what it takes to actually commit to that type of program. The time that I've known Greg, which is more than most anybody alive, it's just, there's no way. There's no way. Now, could he be eating well and not doing Ozempic? I guess it's possible, but you got to understand, he doesn't have like an adult palate. All he eats is shitty food. Nick in Houston says he has to spend time with all his dudes. That is what he refers to the kids as, the dudes. Maureen says Kelly Osbourne and her mother look skeletal and unhealthy. Yeah, free beer, in my opinion, is on the shot. Good. You need it. If I had the money, I would probably do it as well. But then again, there's something to be said. There's something to be said about when you can actually be successful at losing the fat. So I think that I would give it a good try to do it on my own. Because I'm not going to lie to you. If I ever am successful in losing the amount of weight that I need to lose, which is like 40 pounds or more, I'm going to be telling everybody. And I'm going to be telling them, hey, I lost it. Well, you're going to be able to see it. And then I'm going to be like, and I did it without using any type of medicine. I did it by exercising and eating appropriately. Becca Shea says 40 pounds. You with like you mean? Are you saying that that's too much? You think I'm crazy by losing 40 pounds? Well, you got to understand. When I was, first of all, I'm not big. I'm a little buddy. Okay, and getting smaller. I'm probably closer to 5'7" now than I am to 5'8". Let's just say 5'7.5". At peak fitness, I was 150 pounds. Shredded. And right now, I'm ticked over 190. So, yeah. It's all on my gut. Like if you see me right now, you can see I'm carrying a healthy amount of fat on my face. You see this zone right here? These jowls? That's because my face is fat. Don't forget the nussie. The nussie is extensive. And if you were to look at a profile of my fucking face, this zone right here, these are giblets. And if I put my neck down, you see this fucking chin? It's a double chin. Nick says, you mean 5'1". I'm 5'7". No, bullshit. And so, yeah, there's fat piling up in areas that shouldn't pile up. But I'm still stoked because Fast Jimmy said to me, I told you about this earlier in the week. Fast Jimmy said, I think your face is thinner. Rebecca says, Eric, you're still small. I could fireman carry you easily. I would beat your ass. There is no way you could do that. First of all, I would not let you get a hold of me. And I would nimbly dance around you and smack the shit right out of you. This is what I would do. Nick says 40 pounds might be a lot, especially if you're working out and adding muscle. All right, let's baby step this. Let's just look at this like this. I am week 2 of 16 of a week 2 of a 16-week half marathon training program. Run my ass off, lift weights. That's it. When it's all done, we'll reassess. I'm going to guess that in October, I will weigh 180. All right? I guess. I'm going to guess on that. Heart and lungs getting stronger. Yesterday, after I got done with my workout, my running workout, I lifted weights. So it's there. I got to keep working. Half-mile repeats, 3 of them. Week 2 of 16. Rebecca says, wait, are you actually going to run another half marathon? Or are you just doing the training just to get back into running shape? Okay, when I complete this training, by the way, Man Bun Chris said I need to stop saying if I complete this training. He wants me to start saying, like losing that and basically saying yes. After I dominate this 16 weeks of training, all the hard work will be done. All I'll need to do is go out there and destroy the Grand Rapids Half Marathon. Kyle says it has more to do with nutrition and putting yourself in a calorie deficit to drop weight. Strength training may add good weight. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm all about that. You got to eat the appropriate amount of macros, appropriate amounts of protein, less sugar. And typically when I get done training, I am famished. And what I want to do, like yesterday, was eat 1/2 of a pint of hell of a good chip dip with 3/4 of a bag of Ruffles. Like my recovery food yesterday, hell of a good chip dip, 3/4 of a bag of Ruffles potato chips. I followed that up with a homemade quesadilla loaded with Colby Jack cheese and chicken. I loaded it up with sour cream and salsa. It was intensely good. So I would like to say personally that I think I'm pretty well far off from hitting the nutrition. Now, the problem is if I'm going to go all in on the nutrition, I'm probably going to get, what is it called again? Explosive diarrhea. The explosive diarrhea has been taking hold here in Michigan. We are now north of 1,000 cases. I just saw that yesterday. And now experts are saying that for every case that has been announced, there's probably 10 to 20 more. So they're saying it's more like 1,000 to 10,000 cases of explosive diarrhea. Rebecca says, I'd say to add collagen and maybe creatine to your diet too. I have added collagen in the past. It's great protein. It's made from cow hooves. All right. So there you go. 2 different people. One is going to lose weight with the shot and have to be on it for life. I am going to be a goddamn machine. And you're with me. Whew. All right. I want to get into a little bit of this soccer guy. How do you say his name? Elkin Holland? Erling Holland? He's the Norwegian soccer player who's like really big. He looks like he's a Game of Thrones character, and everybody loves him. He's just super nice and friendly, and I got more than one clip of him. These are all the moments of Erling Haaland being nice to people. Okay, here he's shaking hands. Here he's running out on the field. He's shaking this guy's hand. I'm going to kill the music because it's. I'm going to end up getting a damn YouTube ticket. I don't want that to happen. I can't find any footage of him doing anything nasty. Here he takes off his jersey and he gives a little guy a hug. The fans love him. Here he is. He's talking to the little kids before the game. You know, the thing about this Erling Haaland kid, or Erling Haaland guy, he would be a great groomer if he was like a pedophile. And I don't think he is. But if he were a pedophile, he would be an excellent pedophile. Like, these kids would do anything for him. This is very sweet. The kid's all shy. Here's Erling, checks out his jersey, and then he signs a thing for the kid. Here's this other kid. He's blown away. His favorite soccer player, Erling Haaland. And no one knew this guy before the World Cup. Now his star has risen dramatically. He already was, massively popular, but now the rest of the world is being exposed to Erling Haaland. I can't find any clips of him doing anything shitty. Gifts fan shirt from hotel balcony. He also, he's known for kicking the soccer ball off of people's faces. This, I don't know if this is AI or just some type of influencer.
Kick this ball so hard.
She's breaking down him kicking the ball so hard off of some guy's face that it looks like the ball ate, his face ate the ball.
So hard, it briefly became a pancake. This frame reveals something incredible.
Okay, look at that. Look at that.
Sports scientists classify football impacts into 3 distinct deformation tiers. Tier 1, a gentle pass barely changes the ball's shape before it springs back. Tier 2, a standard shot flattens the ball noticeably as the air inside is squeezed under pressure. Then there's Tier 3, and that's Haaland's shots. For a split second, nearly half of the football disappears into itself.
Look at the look on this guy's face.
Squashing a ball that much requires an elite power strike, traveling at around 100 kilometers per hour. And then there's this, which barely qualifies as
All right, he's cool. I like this guy. The Haaland content you need. So people are getting content from him, and they're posting it everywhere. Hey, hang on, I gotta sneeze. Oh, my God. He looks like he's been hit in the face with a soccer ball several times. Ouch. Instant concussion. He should fight Rocky. Death is but a door. Time is but a window. Vigo, the Carpathian, has returned. Rebecca says he is the highest goal scorer in the tournament. Man Bun Chris, our soccer expert, says, yes, they did know about him, LOL. He's one of the best strikers in the world. No. Soccer people knew about him. People like me knew nothing of him. My point is, Dick, that if idiots who know nothing about soccer are now talking about Erling Haaland, well, that shows you that the star, he's crossed over into the mainstream world. We all love this guy because people have made videos about him and he just seems like a sweet dude, and he's fucking powerful. So there you go. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out. Maureen says he is so strange looking. Well, that's a Norwegian thing. Rebecca says he does look like a Neanderthal. Murder Lover Linda says if Messi doesn't win the Golden Boot, I hope he does. Rebecca says Erling Haaland is my new whimsical best friend. Okay, this is Erling Haaland getting a cowboy hat.
I look like a proper cowboy. What are we saying about the boots?
I mean, what are you saying?
Got any Nike ones? Need with snake skin or something. Have you got snake skin there? Snake or cobra skin?
Go on, let's have a look. Check yourself out there.
No, you know what I'm looking forward to? Walking out on the street and doing this.
Oh! How nice is that? Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. This is good. Perfect. It's perfect. It suits him. Yeah. He's a cowboy. He's a cowboy. That's what it is. He's not a goal scorer. He's a cowboy. He's more of a cowboy than a goal scorer, actually. Yeah, for sure. You need a hat.
Looks good, no? What are we saying, y'all? Sick.
Looks like if Howdy Doody were an athlete.
Look how nice it is. I'm going to wear this in the summer.
Yeah, he has
absolutely.
Travel tomorrow in this.
One of my favorite people to watch on Facebook is that guy that makes cowboy hats or various hats. It looks fun. Erling Haaland. Most people in the U.S. did not give two shits about soccer 3 weeks ago, and not the ratings. And now the ratings are almost as big as the Super Bowl. Every year that the World Cup comes, I do watch it. I do pay attention. And then I tell myself every time, all right, that's it. I'm staying with this. And then I don't. I expect that to continue. To me, it's like the Olympics. Linda, she's following. Messi leads with 8 goals. He has 7. Erling Haaland has 7 along with Mbappe. All right, so I think that he's going to lose today. He's going to lose today because his star is so high. Norway v. England. All right, 5 p.m. So all of the people that are affiliated with Midwest United that are British, that's who you want to watch this game with. All right, and you don't want to be talking because if Norway is winning or beats England, you're going to hear so many motherfucks from these guys. You're going to hear Coach Ruff. Fuck me, man. Fuck me, man, like. Fucking terrible, man. Fuck me, man. You know, there is a game tonight, and is it men or women? There is one more game tonight. I have a game, but I couldn't tell you if it's boys or girls. I'm pretty sure it is men because this is a makeup game that we have. And the interesting thing about it is this game was canceled last time because England was playing. So all the Brits that are part of the men's team, like, well, we can either watch England play or we can play our game. And there's, fuck it, reschedule it. So they rescheduled it for tonight. But the problem is they're playing tonight, too. Of course, it's a 5 p.m. game. So they're either, and it's a 5 p.m. game, Norway v. England. That game's probably going to finish up right at about the start time of tonight's Midwest United game. So if England loses, these guys are going to be so pissed off on the field that who knows what the fuck is going to happen. I know I'm not saying a word. Like, I'm not going to try to rub it in. You should go. It's the last game of the year. It's at the Midwest United Soccer Complex, and it's free. All right. I got a little bit more from the country of Argentina. The streets of Argentina. I wanted to show this yesterday, but failed to do so because I was having trouble. It says Argentina. You wouldn't get it. Meaning, I guess, some people are wondering why it's so crazed. But their country's team won that crazy game against the Egyptians. And this is right after the game goes final. People start running in the streets. We got some guy trying to drive through. He almost drives over this guy. How about guy with one leg in there celebrating in the street? And then you got another guy laying down in front of a bus for some reason. This is the most important thing that has ever happened in these people's lives. And I am here for it. I could watch people celebrating like they just won a war all day. This would never happen anywhere else. You got to go to these countries like this, Argentina, and well, any other country where they just don't have anything going for them. Like all these people, they're all poor and they're all losers. So of course they're losing their shit. Their neighborhoods are probably being run by cartels. So that's why I'm glad that a nation like this could win this. Teams remaining in the World Cup. Right now I want either Belgium or Argentina to win it. Argentina, Belgium, England, France, Morocco, Norway, Spain, and Switzerland. The quarterfinal round. Former champions remaining: Argentina, England, France, and Spain. Contenders seeking first title: Belgium, Morocco, Norway, and Switzerland. Okay, now I like Norway because of Vigo the Carpathian. Norway, I like Belgium because they did the Trump dance in the locker room, and I like Argentina. I want England to lose so that the soccer players at Midwest United will lose their shit and probably start a fight right on the field. Very interesting. So glad. So glad with all this. I'm glad that it's in the U.S. too. All right. As always, I have tons of sponsors that help make this show happen. One of them is the Tie-Dye Festival. Put it on your calendar. Coming up Thursday through Saturday, August 20 to the 21st, is the Tie-Dye Festival. 3-day concert festival at Burley Park in Howard City, Michigan, and it's free. All right. 3 days of outstanding bands on stage, all sorts of vendors selling their wares, their goods, and, of course, food, the best food. So you have a free concert with free camping. It's not like they're charging you to park, charging you to camp, charging you to see the show. None of that. This is a one-of-a-kind event that you must see in person. The Tie-Dye Festival. And I will be the MC for all of the bands. I am honored to have been invited. and I want you to check it out. So if you find them on Facebook, Tie Dye Fest, TIYDYE Fest, all the information is there about what you need to do to, I've basically told you everything. Just show up, bring a damn tent, put it down, and get ready to have some fun. All right. Maureen says, I just bought a Messi jersey for my grandson's birthday next month. He's obsessed. Yeah, so is my grandson. That, is his favorite player, Lionel Messi. Skydiving. I am jumping out of a plane. We are upping our game. Finn from the Griffins and Griff from the Griffins are jumping with me, and our buddy Josh. And last time we jumped, we went at 8,000 feet. This time, we're upping our game. We were free falling for 5 seconds. That's just not enough. So we're doubling it. We're going up to almost doubling it. We're going up to 14,000 feet. Megan says, how will Finn and Griff stay intact while falling? Well, they're not going in costume. They're going as real people. Kuipers says, I'm in. Oh, my God. Well, I don't know if there's an opening. I don't know why I didn't reach out to you. I feel like such a dick. Book now. Okay. Let's take a look. All right. Let me double check our time. Ryan. This is what you do, Kuipers. Click on 1 p.m. There is one available, Kuipers. You got to do it right now. Click on 1 p.m., one available, and sign up. It's going to cost you $2.99. They don't charge you until you get there, as you know. But the 18th of July, 1 p.m., there's still one available. So get after it, and you can join our crew. Now, it's you, because Griff was supposed to sign up, and I think he fucked that up. So fuck him. You get it. Sign up right now. And then let me know after you sign up that you signed up. Hurry up, fucker. Saturday the 18th, 1 p.m. That is correct. There you go. See, Saturday 18, and then click on 1 p.m. and fill it out, and then you'll be done. Okay. Report back that you have completed the task, and then we'll be good to go. The Birch birthday jump, July 18th. That's also my wedding anniversary. Pooh Bear won't even be in town. You know that you've been in you're really in love when your wife leaves town for your wedding anniversary. I think I'm being ghosted by Skydive Grand Haven, and that's frustrating. The kiss of death is when they say what I'm about to tell you that they said. So when I reached out 6-7 months ago to Skydive Grand Haven, I said to Tony, I'm going to sell a bunch of these Black Friday 8,000-foot jumps. He said, okay. And I did. And he goes, that was great. I can't wait to work with you again. I go, okay, cool. We do our jump. I'll reach out. I go, hey, are we marketing this summer? I can put asses in the seats. I'll get people to jump for you. And then he says, well, I got to talk to the marketing agency that I work with. Now, these are people that are paid to give advice to people like Tony about what they should do to market their business. And there is no way in fuck that they're going to say, you should go with the Eric Zane Show podcast. It's just not going to happen. That's not my thing, nor is it their thing. So, but the interesting thing is, I got him. He said to me, buddy, I can't. I'm going to have a marketing meeting with the marketing team, with the agency coming up. And then so he had that meeting, and I responded with, hey, so what's up? No response. Completely ignored. Then I just sent him a text the other day and I said, hey, buddy, we just signed up. We're jumping again. I just paid for it. No response. I always think the worst. Now, it might not be, but I always think the worst. And I can't tell you how many times I've been ghosted like this. And then I'm like, I wish people would just say, we're going to pass. That's all you got to say. That is infuriating when that happens. Thank you, Kuipers. He signed up. All right, well, we're in. 1 p.m., Saturday the 18th, jumping out at 14,000 feet. It's going to be fun. Okay. Where are we here? What do we want to talk about now? How about golfers in Ohio? They're in the golf cart. They're going through the golf course, playing golf. And there is a high-speed police pursuit, and the person that they're chasing has taken their vehicle onto the golf course. And the cops follow onto the golf course.
Come right at us! Oh my God!
You see the minivan, and then the cops are following. And now, guy in golf cart, he's following the chase. In the golf cart, as best as he can, no less than 5 cop cars. The cop cars are trying to stay on the cart path.
He's gone!
The guy they were chasing was wanted for attempted murder. And they ended up catching him. Bread Bull Brain Chris says, that's some Blues Brothers shit. Oh, my God. Great reference. What a scene. All right. These kids are heroes. 5 bros saw that a home was burning, and they kicked in a door, a ton of people inside. They rescued them. Let's check it out.
The back of the house was all red and smoky, and we're like, that's not a bonfire.
Okay, look at these 5. This is fantastic. These 5 teens are going to slay so much poon in the coming school year.
That is not what you expect to hear when you ask a group of 19 and 20-year-olds how their 4th
All right, 19 and 20, they're in college.
July went. Instead, you probably think of something more like this. And that is how the day actually started.
The day, well, we were on the boat all day, and then we went down to like a finger over to watch the fireworks.
Okay, so they're fucking bombed.
And then we came back, and we were kind of just hanging out in the garage.
That's when they noticed something wasn't right across the street.
And then we noticed all the orange, and we thought it was a huge bonfire. And then we walked around back, and then realized that it was a huge fire.
The groups.
This kid's a poon slayer right here. He's the top poon slayer. I can guarantee you that.
Started banging on the windows, splitting up to the front and back of the house, working to get inside.
Honestly, at that point, that was the only thing that crossed my mind, is we need to get these people out, and they need to be safe before anything else gets done.
Once inside, they found the very
They look like a boy band.
reason they jumped into action.
We started calling out for people and asking if anybody was in there. And then we ended up getting quite a bit of responses. There
This guy's got his Reliable Mortgage Solutions shirt on.
ended up being 5 or 6 people in the house.
We should call.
House.
So kind of just feeling around, yelling, and then I heard a couple in the room on the left. So I went in there and got them out.
Everyone quickly evacuated, and they say it was just in time. As the final person stepped out of the home, the flames began to roar.
So, when they got the final person out, they're all going, let's go! Let's go! Tarps come off. They're waving them over their heads.
We showed up any time later.
5 minutes later, and it would have been all smoked out.
Now safe, there was a moment of relief.
It all comes down to luck. Like, just happens that we're walking down the street and we seen the fire and all stuck together and got them all out.
Then gratitude, then reflection.
There's not much that can be saved except for people.
I ended up calling my father, and I got a little teary-eyed because I was thinking about my grandparents.
It could have.
Yeah, that's good. Good point to make.
Getting chills just thinking about it. It could have taken my house out. I mean, there's just like so little words you can say.
Which brings us to now, just a few days later. Back to the same spot where this group of friends became heroes.
I'd say we all got a little emotional over the fact of we possibly just saved those people's life.
No, you definitely did. You definitely did. And that's going to come back in Poon. I can promise you that. Okay, now, we have a developing breaking news story. You can see that on the couch, that appears to be like a darker, like it's wet fabric. We may have somebody peed on the couch incident. And I want you to stand by because I got to check this out. This is a rare occurrence, but it does happen from time to time. So hold the phone. Josh in Borculo says rare, right? No, it doesn't have, but strangely enough, it happened earlier today too. So I don't know, maybe something's going on. I got to keep an eye on that. She had peed on it earlier, so I removed that cover and cleaned the couch. The cover I had on now was protective, so that it didn't leak through. But that's like the second time today. So that has never happened. All right. Red Bull Brain Chris says, uh-oh. Stevie says, fucking Darla, shaking my head. Oh, don't. You're going to hurt her feelings. She can hear what the hell I'm saying. I shouldn't have read that. Poor thing. Red Bull Brain Chris says, now we get the face. Her shame face is a lot like her judgment face. Darla, what's up? You're right. She's just going to sit there and stare at us now. Poor thing. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have for you here? I don't know. Today I have a unique situation because right at noon today, I am getting into another episode of Who Are These Broadcasters with Christian Blatt. We're recording ahead of time on the Who Are These podcast YouTube channel for next week. You can check that out, and it's a different time and a different day because Christian's doing something. I have no idea what, but we're recording early. So if you want to head over there, as soon as it hits 12, I'll be getting after it. I want to get into a little bit about this this family in Ohio that I shared with you the images. This is it's this incest family that they kept 16 children, and you had grandpa here with the wonky eye, grandma, sister, that's his sister. They had kids. Here they are. These are their kids. And the kids are also husband and wife. And then they had 16 kids. And the authorities are saying that they're feral children. And like that means they're like animals. And I did read that because of the multi-layers of incest, that one of this chick right here's children that she had, I mean, look at her. She looks like an alien. Was like Siamese twins. And I don't know what happened to them. I mean, these children have never had any type of medical care or anything like that ever. And I'm assuming that the Siamese ones were like, they brought it out to like a stump and cut it in half with an axe. Megan says that the feral Siamese twins did not live. They died. And then what do you think happened to the Siamese twins? They probably ate them. Now, they found this home in Ohio, but a judge had approved the marriage years earlier.
I can see someone going, how does someone get married at 15? And isn't that a red flag from the beginning?
Yes. Yeah.
Tonight, we're looking back to the very start when Elizabeth Siders got married to Gary Jr. at the age of 15. A circuit court judge in West Virginia granted that marriage license back in 2008. Just 2 months later, the oldest victim in this case was born. Investigator Lisa Rontola digging deeper into the story.
Now 33, Elizabeth Siders faces 16 counts of endangering children after 16 kids were rescued from this Vinton County home. But nearly 20 years ago, she was a 15-year-old bride to her then 18-year-old husband, Gary Siders Jr.
Okay, they're not related.
Mason County,
I fucked that up.
West Virginia. His parents, Gary Siders Sr. and Christina Siders, are also listed on the marriage license.
At the time, there was no age that minimum to marry in West Virginia.
Attorney Amanda Alexander.
West Virginia has been very stubborn in trying to distance themselves from any type of awful stereotypes over the years. You'd have thought that however many years ago, 20 years ago, that wouldn't have been a thing. That they should have, like 50 years ago, fast-tracked all of the crazy shit that made West Virginia-y.
Practices family law in West Virginia. She tells me a 15-year-old could marry then with the consent of her parents.
Could the judge have stopped it?
The judge absolutely could have stopped this marriage.
But Alexander,
the judge probably thought it was hot,
says the law did not state the court needed to investigate.
I would want to know the relationship between the two. I'd probably want to interview, or at least appoint a guardian ad litem to interview the bride separately.
Fast forward another 15 years. Lawmakers in West Virginia introduced a new law to increase the minimum marriage age to 18, no exceptions. However, that's not what passed. Senators changed it to age 16. With
the fact that you'd be the senator saying, no, 18 is too much. Look, we gotta make it younger. We gotta make it younger.
parent and court consent. And the age gap between spouses should be no more than 4 years. Again, no requirement for a court investigation.
Should you be asking those questions as a court to make sure there's no victimization?
Absolutely.
And since the oldest victim in the Siders case was born after Elizabeth and Gary Jr.'s marriage when Elizabeth was 15, and the next victim was born when Elizabeth was 16, I asked investigators last week if Elizabeth was also a victim.
Did Elizabeth Sider birth any or all of these children, and is she a victim herself?
That is all still part of the ongoing investigation.
Well, yeah, of course she is.
At this time, we can't continue on that.
And that is where Alexander tells me she sees.
I need a camera on these feral children, okay? I need to see what's going on here.
More cracks.
That would be a hell of a reality show.
In the system.
Did she receive prenatal care as a minor?
No.
How many children did she have as a minor? Those are things that, did Job and Family Services look into it at that point so that we didn't.
All those kids and all of that lack of care makes for a serious blue waffle. There is no doubt she has a blue waffle. And you don't want a blue waffle. Not everybody knows what a blue waffle is. But you're going to have to look that up on your own. I don't want to be the one to describe to you what a blue waffle is. But let's just say this. If you got a blue waffle, that's a problem. God damn it. It's never the other way around. 18-year-old women don't marry 15-year-old boys. Nick says he's off to Urban Dictionary. Look, I can read to you the entry on Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary. Derogatory term used for a vaginal infection. However, the infection has nothing to do with the color blue, nor does the vagina actually turn blue. It's some made-up term by gross people to put others down. When the outer layer of the... I can't even say it. Become bruised from rough sex. All right. If you do blue waffle and then images, you'll be able to see what I mean. It always seems to be the creepy old white Southern politicians who advocate for child marriage. Yeah, I know. Let's see. Rebecca says they use it to coerce rape victims into marrying their rapists because abortion care is extremely restricted. What? Stevie says Elizabeth is the first victim. So, like Elizabeth Smart? Nick says they need to increase the age to 30, save a lot of us from the first mistake. Yeah, I can't say that I agree with the age to get married 30. I have my anniversary coming up, and that is, let's see, married in 92, so that is 34 years now of marriage. And we started a date in January of 89, so 89, 99, 09, 19. Okay, in 29, it'll be 40 years together. Maureen says, I think she means Elizabeth, the child bride. Her name's Elizabeth, too? Did I miss that? My bad. Okay. Man found living in national forest. You know, you can camp on national property, state land, national land. You can pitch a tent wherever you want. That is one of the things that you can do. And you can do that for 14 days. And then you gotta leave. That's okay. That's what it's set up for. Now that's a nice, if you want to get off the grid, I love the idea of just marching anywhere on state land and just pitching a tent. You can do that. You can hunt on government land, no problem. But this fucking asshole, Aaron Gatz, has been living for years, relocating to different spots and continually getting in trouble for it. He was in the Arizona National Forest for 8 years. He made his own encampment. And the problem was, you know how like homeless people, they don't have anything nice? This is why. There is no reason why he had to have over 1,000 pounds of trash surrounding the encampment. What is the problem with just putting it in a bag and throwing it away? I mean, walking out and then going to a dumpster and throwing it out if you have to. I don't understand. On June 25th, 2 National Forest Rangers found 65-year-old Mark Aaron Gatz at his illegal campsite at the Tonto National Forest in central Arizona. He had everything he needed to survive. So he's a little bit over the 14 days maximum that you can stay. He also had 6 federal outstanding arrest warrants for previous violations, building a fire during restrictions, and his response to that is, look, I had to eat. I had to make a fire. It's like, how about this? How about doing what the rest of us do, getting a goddamn job, and living like a civilized individual instead of fucking up the forest for everybody? Can't we just do that? Is that not okay to do the bare minimum? There's got to be some way you can live like the rest of us. This is the land of the free, the home of the brave, and we have all sorts of amazing comforts at our disposal. I don't give a shit if you want to live off the grid. If you want to live like you're in a third world nation, go live in Tijuana. There's plenty of spots you would blend right in. Go to a third world shithole country and live like that there. It's no problem. You can do it anywhere. But not here. Now this guy faces punishment where he's likely going to have to face some time. He's ordered to appear in court, and he ended up pleading guilty to a violation of fire restrictions. And there's not really... It looks like he was sentenced to time served and 3 years of probation. So that means what's he going to do? He's going to go back in the woods immediately. Gatz could not be reached for comment. Well, no, of course he can't be reached for comment. How are you going to reach him? Carrier pigeon? Jesus. Badger says we need ice for the homeless. I don't know what it is about you, but about homeless people. But I am very not sympathetic to homeless people at all. Like, and maybe that's I'm just being honest. Maybe that's something that is a indicator of me not being that great of a person. But my God, do they piss me off? They just fuck up everything. Everything that's nice can be ruined by homeless fuckers. I wish Trump would be heavy-handed about the homeless people, as heavy-handed with the homeless people as he is with everything else in his life. They piss me off. They just do. I'm with you. We need homeless ICE. Some of you are probably pissed off by that statement. But can you imagine having a nice place to live and you've got a homeless encampment right outside of your residence? That's the way it was when we visited Venice. The boulevard that goes right to the ocean. It's 2 lanes going one way, 2 lanes going the other way, and then there's a spot where there's trees lining it going down the middle. For a mile and a half, it's all tents. It's a complete pile of shit because of these fuckers. Maureen says, as my dad used to say, there but for the grace of God go I. What does that mean? Because that doesn't strike me as like words that I mean, I know the words, but I don't, the way they're written, I don't know what it means. There but for the grace of God go I. Let me look it up. What does there but for the grace of God go I? That means if not for a higher power's blessing, favor, or good luck, you could easily find yourself in the exact same miserable or unfortunate predicament as someone else. It is that's too bad, because I thought it was going to be your dad saying, tell homeless people to go fuck themselves. It is a humble acknowledgement that your success or safety is not entirely due to your own merit, and it serves to discourage judgment of others. Well, I don't believe it. You can tell your dad that that's stupid. All right? I don't think he's with us anymore. But, yeah, I disagree with that wholeheartedly. I would say that my success and safety is entirely due to my own merit. And it serves to encourage judgment of others. That's what I say. Linda says, we'll send that message right up to him in heaven. Maureen says, it stuck with me for a while. Well, it shouldn't. It's nonsense. No, I refuse to believe that. People are self-made. Nick says, Night of the Living Homeless is the required South Park episode. Stevie says, my dad said that too. I think they just heard it and decided that it sounds good. It's a way to sound like Bible-y. There but for the grace of God go I. I think we should change that to there but for the motivation of me go I. There but for the dedication and amazingness of me go I. That's how I like that saying. There's probably some of you who are suggesting that this is all blasphemy. I'm just telling you that I'm interpreting that differently. Badger says homeless equals lazy. Lazy and addicted. You know, a lot of these times these people fall into substance abuse. Let's see. Percentage of homeless people. Percentage of homeless with drug problems. I'm going to guess 90%. Not even close. 25 to 33% of the general homeless population experience chronic substance use or drug dependence. Okay, so that is my absurd take on homelessness that I don't expect anybody to support. Please don't. It probably says something bad about you if you do. Let's see. What else do we... Oh, my God. This video is incredible. Guy is at a bar with his friends, and some drunk guy walks up harassing them. Off-duty cop is watching the harassment, and he decides to get involved. This is taken from the restaurant. So guy in hat here with the cup, he's drunk as hell. These three with their faces blurred, these are the ones that are getting harassed. But you can't really tell right here. It just looks like, now guy in black shirt here who's got the yellow here, he's the cop. We don't know what these four people are talking about here, but you'll figure out soon enough that these folks that are at the table have had enough with this guy who's kind of way too intoxicated. And now here you'll notice he gets up close to the chick. And I don't know if he's trying to get a smooch or what. See him leaning in. I think he just kissed her. And now this guy's like, all right, that's enough. And then dude, okay, he shakes his hand like, yeah, okay, it's time to go. And dude's not having it. He's like, fuck. Okay, at this point, cop has gotten up. They're trying to keep drunk guys going after long hair. And then watch this. Boom! Good night. Good night. You're out. Guy's going to sleep. Cop just puts him down. How about that? Easy work. Easy work right there. That's awesome. Rebecca says a lot of homelessness is due to untreated mental illness. Could be from lack of money to access. Could also be because keeping people on their medication regimen is very difficult. Yeah, I know. I know it all.
It isn't just the land of the free. It's the home of the...
It still doesn't mean that you can torment people and ruin their lives. There's a fine line, but there's got to be a way. There has to be a way. What about Eric Zane, day one of presidency, homeless internment, where it is a massive city of just homeless people, and you can't leave until you are cured of your mental illness or treated and no longer abusing substances. You can stay there as long as you like. You eat, you have shelter, medical care, any type of medical support you can possibly imagine. It's funded by tax dollars or sponsorships, but they cannot leave until they prove that they are, in fact, healthy and not a threat to the community. How do you all feel about that on day one of my presidency? Rebecca says, sounds a little like Nazi Germany and ghettos. Well, that's stupid. Horrible statement. Not at all what I'm talking about. I'm talking about excellent living, funded with medical staff, funded with all the necessary support to get out of the throes of addiction and mental help needed. But if you cannot beat it or you do not try, and there's also career training there to help some of these losers get jobs. If they don't graduate, they stay there. Bread Bowl Brain Chris says, yes, we need some sort of camp where we can concentrate them. We just need a good name for them. You see, this is ridiculous. You all are suggesting genocide. You're suggesting that I'm suggesting genocide. You assholes. I have sympathy. I want to help these people. Cole says, homeless are losers. They have pissed everyone in their life off so much that they can't sleep on their couch. Some of that may be true. Okay, let's be thinking of the asshole of the day today on this Thursday edition of the show. Black Belt Nick writes, too bad there aren't institutions people can live in while getting help. No, we're changing that. Day one of my presidency, we're going to build walls. It's going to be like a 5 mile by 5 mile area. Pack them in, and their job is recovery. That's your job, getting better. And if they don't want to do it, they stay there. Fuck you. And they just round them up. So if you're living on the street, you're in. You've qualified. You've qualified for the service. And we go ahead and we raid the encampments like a blitzkrieg. We do a blitzkrieg type of raid on the. It's called the Blitz. Let's call it the Blitz. That's a name I've never heard before. Excuse me. All right. Reach out to my friends at Kuiper Tree Care for tree removal, stump grinding, tree trimming, storm damage cleanup, and tree risk assessment. Their website is KUIPER treecare.com. You can call or text right now at 616-828-8225. 616-828-8225. Ben Kuiper will pick it up. And or you just leave him a message and you're good to go. Finally today, Frank Fuss from My Policy Shop Insurance. If you lose your job, you can have insurance by the end of the day through the marketplace. It's special circumstance. All of my radio brothers and sisters that I heart hopefully have insurance after the big firing that took place. But all you need to do is reach out to Frank at appointmentwithfrank.com and get started today with a new insurance policy through the marketplace. Frank will walk you through all of the steps. It'll be incredibly easy for you. And again, you can have insurance by the end of the day. He's also the authority on Medicare and Social Security and life insurance. Reach out to Frank at appointmentwithfrank.com. Today's asshole of the day are homeless a-holes. Thank you for being here. I'll talk to you on the Patreon bonus podcast a little bit later on. Linda says, asshole of the day, easy fire making fun of dad. I wasn't making fun of your dad. It's not his fault that he's tricked by some fucking Bible verse. Fuck that shit. Anyway, a lot of people are. Thank you for your time. I'll talk to you later on, folks. Thank you and bye-bye.